Hello, hello. You are here because your person that you are thinking of, who you have some sort of karmic connection, soul connection, twin flame connection, right? You have an important connection with this person who is an Aries prominent. Now, what I mean by that is their sun sign is in Aries. That's the main one that I do. But then your person could also have major Aries prominent placements, right? So even if your person doesn't have an Aries sign, say, for example, me, I have an Aquarius sun, but I have an Aries moon and an Aries rising. That gives me up a ton of Aries. And this kind of reading would be applicable to me. So if you don't know what your person's moon or rising sign is, hit Mary and I up. We can tell you. We can also do a synastry chart. We can tell you how they feel about you, how they feel about your relationship. We can tell you a lot of things if you really want to know. But this is you. This is your pile. And I chose this pile because it is a unicorn pile. And unicorns often represent fire. It's the last unicorn, which is a movie that I love as a kid, right? Last Unicorn. Prince Lear, you know who that is. Anyway, it's a unicorn deck, even if you don't know. So Aries, what is Aries like? I chose some amber too. This is like a lump of tree blood, basically. It's amber. Okay, so let's look. Let me share my screen really quick and talk about what your person might be experiencing zodiacally. All right. So let's look at Aries. Here we go. So AC, the rising sign, is in Aries currently, which means that in this moment, there might be people out there who feel like they have to take the initiative on something, right? Or physically doing something. Exercising is a good thing to do. Anyway, so Aries, what have we got going on here? Okay, so we have Mercury is in a sextile to Aries as well as Saturn. So maybe it'll make logical sense to say bold things, but then we have Saturn here, and Saturn likes to sort of subdue. So an Aries person might have a lot of ideas or feel like being extra bold right now, but Saturn is right there to go, hey, hold up, hold up. Is that, buildable? Is that lastable? It kind of adds a little bit of pessimism. It adds a little bit of, whoa, 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 let's put some boundaries around that shit. So your Aries person could be feeling like that. Also, this Mars here. So Aries is a Mars ruled sign. That means that people who are Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon, they have immediate gut reactions. It's kind of hard for us to hide how we feel about something in the moment, like really hard. If I hear something that I think is bullshit in the moment, I will be like I have a gut reaction, and it's like really hard for me to like hide it. Good thing there is that, you kind of are what you are sort of at all times, but yes, we are a lot of fun though. Lots of passion. We are inspirers by nature, right? We are the spark, right? That the match, right? That so Aries as a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign. That means it changes its mind super fast. It'll change its direction super fast. It likes to fight super fast. It kind of loves confrontation, if you're asking us, because we kind of like to fight. Mars likes to fight, Other people we can make very uncomfortable. So your person might make other people, they might be a little bit of a hothead, is sometimes how they're perceived. I don't know why. I guess I totally know why. But they are, they need a lot of fuel for their fire. They will burn through information super quick, through fuel super quick, right? If they're at all consuming, right? Fire signs consume whatever it is that they're around or whoever it is that they're around. So lots of consuming, intense consuming, right? We are definitely very defensive and protective. Our sign, the sign of an Aries, is the sign of the ram. So when it gets to another Aries, it'll be like, oh my God, they're not agreeing. But really, we just kind of like to see who's stronger, which sometimes we like something that is winnable. We like to conquer things that are winnable. Oftentimes we like a challenge, but we also like to be winnable. So Aries, Mars is in trine right now. So they'll be definitely, your person will likely be very extra fiery at the moment, right? Might be vocalizing more bolder opinions, or when you're in their presence, you might feel a little bit more like, I don't want to step on the wrong thing, or, say the wrong thing. I don't want to set them off almost, right? Is kind of a thing. I know that when I'm listening to things recently, like I was listening to a podcast recently, and the person that this person was interviewing was like bothering the shit out of me, and I couldn't it was like bothering me. And that's that Aries sort of energy of fuck you, right? A little bit. Pray for us. All right, so might be feeling a little more alive, a little more Marsy. Mars is in Sagittarius right now, though, so you can see this. We have Priapus, Mars, a lot of spirit here. A lot of spirit goes fast. So in this moment, on this day, which you can kind of see over here, right? Wanting to vocally fertilize people, that's this symbol here, fertilize with passion, right? Kind of a thing. Your Aries person might be feeling a little bit potentially sexy, potentially not, depends upon where they're putting their Mars energy. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got a lot of stuff going on in Capricorn, which is in a square to Aries. So Aries likes to be impulsive and get things done, and Capricorn is, let's see how things go, let's go slow. So they could be feeling kind of impatient for things getting done, especially right now, especially while that sun is there. A strong impatience with wanting to get things done. It's going to move, the sun is going to move into Aquarius here in about a week or two. Well, it's going to move into Aquarius January 21st. So after that date, your Aries person might feel a little more alive. But this Mercury is still going to be, Mercury is going to go into retrograde. So won't be exactly logical, but feeling aware of bold ideas is how your person will be feeling coming up here. All right, the moon is going to be going through Taurus and Gemini. When the moon is in Gemini, it'll give some air to your person here. Air signs and fire signs kind of go hand in hand. They can really spin each other out. Think of a forest fire, right? Forest fires get really dangerous when there's a fire and it's got a lot of fuel and the air is blowing through there, when it's like blowing, that fire on through, right? So they kind of feed off of each other a little bit there. Whereas Earth, anytime the sun, moon, Mars, all that stuff, planets are going through Earth or water signs, it can dampen Aries, right? It can add some, when you think of what Earth does to fire, kind of puts it out, water can put it out, right? So those are things. Also, though, Earth can contain fire, right? Earth can give fire a structure, which is like super nice. So you can partner with a person who has Earth, and you have to be careful not to put out the fire, right, of the person, but it can contain it and be like, hey, these are some boundaries. And the fire person can be like, hey, thanks, I would burn everything up if I didn't have them, or everyone up, right? So Aries is a very impulsive, very fun, very lively, likes to win, winnable things, is quick, right? Needs a lot of fuel, loves to inspire, loves to be inspired, right? We often love the color red, as my lips are today, right now. So let's stop sharing my screen here. That is your person right now. And let's see what your person is going through. And let's also look into how you can heal yourself, or how you can basically, I'm going to tell you how to basically like pray for your person right now. Like, what are they going through? And then like, how can you sort of spiritually sort of soul ascend yourself, and then your connection to your Aries person will help to heal them, which is like super cool in my opinion. So how can we heal your Aries person, right? How can we help your Aries person? What's your Aries person going through right now? Aries, what is your person going through? How can you, what do we need to know about this? All right, we have Five of Wands, kind of like inner conflict. We have a Queen of Cups. Ooh, like peaceful and creative and awesome. Oh, and then we have the Two of Swords. Okay. So what your person might be dealing with at this moment is inner conflict. And we were talking earlier about, you know, wanting to move forward, move ahead, right? Wanting to take action because Aries wants to take action. Mars wants to take action and conquer, right? But this is like internal conflict, right? So this is like these two are going to square off. These two want to square off against this master magician here, right? He's an inexperienced magician. She is a unicorn and is magic, but also has a kind of like a lot of innocence about her and sort of isn't in a position to fight back or to take over this guy. But this guy ends up sort of giving it to them anyway. But Five of Wands is a card of like inner conflict. I want to move forward, but for some reason I can't, right? I want to move this forward and I can't for some reason. Queen of Cups. This is a very loving, right? This is a very, look at her face, looks super content, right? If you can see it super good, but she looks super content. She's in a cauldron, right? She's next to a cauldron, Molly Grew. She's cooking, right? And she has this cat here sitting next to her. The Queen of Cups, what she represents is love and creativity, right? In the Rider-Waite original tarot, she has her own super gaudy cup with like two archangels on either side, and it's a closed cup, meaning she's not open for taking other people's emotions. She's doing a good job of just sorting out her own emotions. So your person is in a process too of potentially realizing their own creativity, realizing maybe the love that they have for you, but kind of keeping it to themselves and not wanting to make a decision about it, right? So your person looks like they are maybe suffering from some inner conflict here, and it could have to do with you, right? In that they definitely have, you know, a lot of love for you, right? They definitely think of you a lot. They definitely have a lot of emotions, right? But she's sitting contently and she's not going forward. And this guy is definitely not coming forward, right? This Two of Swords is definitely not making any decisions. In fact, kind of shutting themselves off from making decisions, right? Swords represent clarity, right? Mental clarity, direction, spiritual clarity. Your person is not making any decisions. And then in this card, we have the moon sort of in a not correct way, but there's a moon there. And moon kind of represents facing their own fears. So they're not making decisions because they are maybe facing their own fears, right? There's something about not wanting to make the wrong decision here. Something about not wanting to move forward. Maybe they don't want to cut you off. Maybe they don't want to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, right? That could be what this inner conflict is about. I have inner conflict. I definitely want to come forward, right? They definitely want to come forward, but they feel like when they do, something goes wrong, right? It doesn't go the way they planned. It doesn't go the way they hope. It doesn't set the fire the way they want to set the fire. So they're kind of closed off at this moment. All right, so let's get a Isis Oracle card here. Put you there, baby. All right, draw one Isis Oracle card, and this one I'm going to read, and this one kind of gives us a little bit of a guided meditation, which is really cool to give us insight. Can you give us insight? Unconditional love, I invite you now to be here and to give us insight on what to do for this person, right? How can we heal ourselves and thereby help heal our person? Our Aries, our beautiful, fiery Aries person, divine destiny. We got this one before too. Divine Destiny. All right, so that's this card. And then I have the Romance Angels deck here. And these are like advice. Okay, 2 came out. Okay, cool. We have Attraction and You Deserve Love. And one more, and this one is Work Your Light Oracle deck. It's so pretty. All right, Work Your Light Oracle deck. Woo. Let's see what we got. All right, and 3 fell out there. Sure. Apparently your person needs a lot. They burn through a lot. It makes sense. We have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. We have Lead. You go first. The universe will catch you. And then we have Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and Devotion. Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. Okay, so Divine Destiny. And I'll read this out loud later. But it looks like we have like sort of the goddess, sort of Lady Isis, and we have Divine Destiny, and it says the path of the divine warrior. Sounds like a very karmic calling for you. And we have Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So that's kind of awesome. Aries likes to live in the moment. So by you living in the moment, you are automatically sort of helping them. And then You Deserve Love. You are lovable. So maybe you feel like, so Aries has a tendency to move on, right? When there's not enough fuel, or they don't feel like there's enough fuel, there's a tendency to move on. But they'll move on, but never forget, right? So maybe you are being told that you deserve love, right? You are lovable. Aries can, because it moves on so quickly, make one feel like they're forgotten or left behind, but that's never the case. Aries always remembers people in their life, for sure. All right, and then yeah, the Age of Light here. You've been training lifetimes for this. So there's something about this connection that you have to this Aries person that maybe you've had previous lifetimes before, right? You may have been connected on a deeper karmic level in another life. And that means that you have an even sort of deeper connection, an even deeper ability to sort of unconditionally love your person from afar and help them to heal. And this one, Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. I kind of love that there, right? We have this woman, she's kind of floating towards the moon, right? That's kind of beautiful. Leap, you go first. And that's what you're doing right now, right? You are leaping, you are loving, right? And you are trusting that source, God, right, is going to catch you. It's going to catch your person too. That's another thing you kind of have to entrust. And then Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty, Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So what you learn here today, right? What you are learning here today, take with you, right? Take with you, take this experience with you and impart it to other people who you know have an Aries person in their life, right? If you're talking with another person after this and they have an Aries person in their life, an Aries soul connection, twin flame connection, right? Sisterhood, oof, I get you, whether you're a male or female, right? I get you. Aries is a naturally what's called a masculine sign, and that just means that they like to penetrate. I kind of like thinking of myself as a masculine person, honestly. Just saying. All right, so let's read Divine Destiny. Let's read this card. And here we are. And I'm going to look it up. Divine Destiny. Let's see where you're at in my book of wisdom. 39. Okay. 39. All right. Divine Destiny. So it says spiritual work of the higher initiate. The divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as the inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path, even during times of difficulty. This is definitely a don't give up on your person vibe. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, more focus, more intelligent, and more surrender to the divine. That one's really important. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to spiritual success and therefore to your person's spiritual success, right? You are connected, you are mirrors of each other. The more you reflect to them unconditional love, right? The more you direct to them a willingness to be steadfast, stay steady, right? It's awesome, right? You get respect. All right, and now we're going to come to the part, the ritual for divine destiny. This part may have us lighting candles, may have you just sit quietly. It may have you, do something other than just sitting right now. So sometimes it helps to sort of listen to it first and then replay it later if you want to like do the things that it's asking you to do, or you can sit quietly, lay down quietly, listen to me read this to you. But the focus here is you are focusing on divine. You are being open-minded. You are suspending sort of the physical and you're stepping into the spiritual, which doesn't automatically make logical sense, right? Now, it'll never ask you to do something, silly or go against your resonance, right? Whatever I say, if it doesn't resonate, leave it. If it does resonate, fucking do it. That's how this works. So get comfortable. Let mama read to you. Ritual for divine destiny. Close your eyes and go into your heart. You can picture it, right? Be aware of stillness within you. Imagine that you can read your inner heart as if it were a beautiful book of words, images, and scenes. Imagine, sense, or feel that this book within your heart is accessible to you now. And as you ask silently within, where am I fighting for my divine destiny right now? Ooh, Aries is a warrior. Ooh, that's nice. That's a good connection. And be aware that the book responds to you falling open at a particular page. Imagine that you can perceive or feel the contents of this page, letting yourself be aware of any impressions, whether they make sense to you or not. If you do not sense anything, that's fine. It doesn't mean nothing is happening. It just means you are not consciously aware of it for now. Be patient and intend to receive guidance, which will become clear to you during this ritual or later on, whenever serves you best. Then ask the book, how do I best fight so that my divine destiny will manifest? And be aware that the book opens to a particular page and you see, sense, or feel, perceive, or notice certain colors, feelings, or impressions. You may see images or get clear guidance, or you may find that you don't notice much consciously at all. Even if the latter is the case for you, do the exercise anyway because you will be receiving guidance at a subconscious and cellular level that will have a healing and guiding effect on your thoughts, actions, and impulses. Oh man, that's awesome. Guidance for impulses for your person. So this is a deep healing exercise, no matter how vivid your perception of your inner book might be. Take your time in coming back to your heart, and when you are ready, open your eyes. If you had any insights, you may wish to record them immediately before your awareness leaves this altered state. So I'm going to read the incantation with this one too. There is things that you can like say, right? Say to yourself, maybe when you have a moment of you can feel your Aries person may be struggling a little bit, right? This is an incantation that you can like say to yourself, and almost like a prayer that you can like speak over them, right? And sort of spiritually touch and give them instant sort of comfort and strength. So, warrior, strong within my heart, you beat. My highest destiny I shall meet. Your power, focus, and determination ends fear, doubt, and procrastination. Warrior strong, within my heart you beat. Together my highest destiny we greet. So you can rewind that, write it down, re-listen to it if you want. Thank you for joining me, Aries. And on behalf of other Aries prominent people, thank you so much for connecting with us. Thank you so much for your prayers for us. Thank you so much for your deep understanding of us. I really thank you on behalf of your Aries soul connection. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.